everyone, my name is Amber and welcome to another Stellar Guitarist song tutorial. Today we are going to be learning how to play Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Now I have always loved the Goo Goo Dolls. I feel like their music was the soundtrack to my high school years. And in fact, earlier this year, I was lucky enough to see them live with one of my best friends. So I thought it is definitely about time I teach one of their songs here on my YouTube channel. So let's get started. So something important to note about Iris is that this song is written in 3/4 time and in 4/4 time. So it's going to be swinging back and forth between those two time signatures. So we're going to be starting off with the intro, which is in more of a 4/4 time feel. So this is going to be a slightly simplified version of the intro so that everyone is able to play it, and it's going to sound almost like the original. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding our first chord, which is a D sus2 over B. Now, if you know what a D sus2 chord looks like, we have a D major, and what you do is you lift your middle finger up off the strings. So this is our D sus2 chord. But what we need to do is create a D sus2 with the note B in the bass. So what we're going to be doing is taking our middle finger and placing it into the second fret on the G in the place of your first finger. So now that your first finger is free, we can place it into the second fret on our A string, and there we have our B in the bass. So this is our D sus2 with a B in the bass. The next chord we need is a B minor 9, and this is such an easy change. All we're going to be doing is taking our third finger and we're going to be scooching it into the second fret, and it's going to stay on that B string. So if you can just practice changing back and forth between those two shapes, and make sure that you're always strumming from the A string down. You're not going to be wanting to strum the E string. Great. So the strumming pattern here, if we go back to that D sus2 over B, the strumming pattern is going to be down, down, up on that first chord. Down, down, up. When we change to the B minor 9, the strumming pattern is down, down, up, down, up. So in total, it's going to sound like this. So just practice changing back and forth between those two chords. So from the D sus2 over B, we have down, down, up, We're going to change to the B minor 9 for down, down, up, down, up. Now, a little trick here is on that final up strum, I like to play open strings, so that it helps me get to the next chord. So this is what it will sound like. So all open strings, which leads us to the next chord, which is a G major. And I like to play this with 4 fingers. And from the G major, we change to a G major 7. And for this, we're gonna just take our pinky finger off the string, and we're gonna take our first finger and place it into the second fret on the high E string. And you're going to want to make sure that your middle finger is muting the A string. So again, from the G to the G major 7. And the cool thing here is that the strumming pattern is going to be exactly the same as the pattern we used for the previous 2 chords. Okay, so we have on the G, down, down, up, and then we switch to the G major 7 for down, down, up, down, up. So in total, from the D sus2 over B, the entire intro is going to sound like this. 2, 3, 4. Now, the intro is probably the most difficult part of the whole song, so please don't be put off if you're finding this difficult, okay? You don't really have to play the intro if you just want to play along with the singing part of the song. So if that's what you're here for, is just to be able to play and strum along while you sing, then you're going to be perfectly fine because the rest of the song is relatively quite straightforward. So we're going to move on into the verse. Now the chords we need for the verse, we have a D major, we have an E minor, and we have a G. The second line of chords, we have B minor. You can play your bar chord here. We then have an A, and then we have G. Okay, now if the B minor is a bit of a sticking point for you and you're finding this bar chord difficult, then you can always use my easy B minor, which has got 3 fingers, or you can use the 4-fingered version. So whichever one is the most comfortable for you. So if we take a look at that verse again, we're going to be changing the strumming pattern. Now this is where the time signature is going to swing into 3/4. And our pattern is down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay? 1, 2, and 3, and. 1, 2, and 3, and. So each of the chords you see up on the screen is going to get 1 round of that strumming pattern. So the D will get 1 round. Down, down, up to E minor. And then we have 2 Gs. So we're going to play the strumming pattern twice. The next chord is B minor for 1 round. To our A for 1 round. And then we have the G chord for 2 rounds again. And that chord sequence gets repeated twice in the verse. So let's try put the whole thing together, starting on the D, and we're going to count up to 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, B minor, A, and G. You're the D chords to E minor and G chords. And I, the B minor to the A to the G. So that's it for the verse. Moving on into the chorus, really straightforward as well. We're still going to be remaining in that waltz-like swaying feel of the 3/4 counts. And we only need 3 chords here. We have the B minor to an A, and then we have the G chord, which we play for 2 rounds of the strumming pattern. And we're going to repeat that chord sequence 4 times. So 1 round is going to sound like this. And we do that 4 times in the chorus with the down, down, up strumming pattern. So let's try play the chorus together, starting on the B minor. Here we go. 1, 2. The B minor and the A to the G. When the B minor and the A chord to the G chord, I just B minor, the A and the G. So really quite simple. As you can see, the verse and the chorus are very manageable, and that makes up the majority of the song. So I really hope that you can spend some time working on that verse and working on that chorus before we move into looking at the instrumental section. Now, if you are enjoying this lesson so far and you love the way I teach and are enjoying the songs that I cover here over on my channel, then please could I ask you just to take 2 seconds and to hit that like button. It really helps YouTube notify more people that I have actually got quite cool stuff happening here over on my channel. So go ahead and click that like button, and why not come and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss out on any lessons that I release in the future. So what we're going to be doing next is going in for a close-up where we're going to be learning how to play the instrumental section. So we've zoomed in for the instrumental section. This is going to be quite a long part of the song. We have 4 sections that we need to learn, and they all have different chord progressions. So section 1, we have a B minor to an A to our D chord for 2 rounds. We then have B minor to our A to our G for 2 rounds. Okay, so this part is not difficult, and we're going to be using the same strumming pattern that we were using in the verse and chorus. Down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so section 1, quite similar to the rest of the song. So the B minor will get 1 round of the pattern, to our A for 1 round, and then our D major gets 2 rounds. We then repeat B minor to A, and G gets 2 rounds. So that entire chord sequence that you see up on the screen is going to be played through twice in the song. So let's go ahead and play section 1 of the instrumental together, starting on the B minor. Here we go, and 1, 2, 3. Repeat the whole thing. Moving on to section 2, this is very similar to the intro. We're using the same chords, but it's just going to be the rhythm that is going to change. So if we go back to that D sus2 over B, okay. Now the cool part here is it's going to replicate what we hear the string section playing in the song, where we're going to have ba 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 bum bum. Okay, so we're going to have a D sus2 over B, where we're going to be playing a down up mute. So when we mute, you're just going to put your hand over the strings to stop them from ringing. Down up, and it's very quick. Okay. Down up, mute. And we're going to do the same on the B minor 9. Okay, so in total. Okay, we're then going to do 1 down strum on the B minor 9, and then an open strings strum. Okay, so the whole thing from there. That open strum is really just going to give you a chance to get to the next chord. So last time, from the D sus2 over B. This leads us to our G chord. Okay, and the strumming pattern changes. It's a little bit tricky and syncopated, but it's going to sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Again from the G, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So if we put the whole section 2 together, it's going to sound like this. And then it repeats again. And then it repeats again. The final time we play this, we don't actually change to the G chord. So it's just going to be half of what we've just learned. This then moves us into section 3. So section 3 is where we hear that guitar solo. Now we're going to be learning the chord accompaniment for the solo section. So we're going to be going from a G chord to an F sharp minor chord, which is a bar chord. We're then going to go back to G, and then we have B minor. So those are the chords in section 3. Now the strumming pattern is an extended pattern, and it sounds like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Now, that is exactly the same pattern that we played in section 2 on that G chord. Okay, but now we're going to be playing that on every single chord in section 3. So line 1 will be G, F sharp minor, G, B minor. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, the next 2 lines, we have a G, going to F sharp minor, and then playing B minor for 2 rounds of that strumming pattern. Okay, so this is what it will sound like, starting on the G. Here we go, and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, F sharp, B minor, B minor again, back to the G, then F sharp, and to the B minor, B minor again. Right, when we go into section 4, we are going to be playing B minor to A to G. And we're going to be going back to a 3/4 time signature. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So each chord gets 1 round of the pattern. B minor, A, and G. Repeats. Two more times. And last time. So we've just played that chord sequence 4 times, which is exactly what happens in the song. So those are all the different sections of Iris. So excited to do a full playthrough with you coming up next. So make sure you have your guitar ready and play this back as many times as you'd like to. So here we go for a full playthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later I just don't want to miss you tonight, and I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. Fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your life, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive, and I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. Thank you so much for jamming along with me today and learning how to play Iris on the acoustic guitar. If you enjoyed this lesson, then I know you're going to love the lesson that is being suggested on the screen, so go check it out. And don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe to my channel. I cannot wait to see you in another Stellar Guitarist tutorial. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!